Today I have a special video for you because we're going to be mounting some spears. I was given these two little spears by one of the local community fencing clubs, Blood and Iron Martial Arts, and they have asked me to mount up these spears, so we're going to put some hafts on them, and then I'm going to give them back to the Martial Arts Academy, and they are going to test them. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So let's get over to the bench. We're gonna have to clean it up. Now, all spears and weapons usually come with this like oily film on them. I like to use a wax and grease remover. I'm just gonna clean that up. There is a little bit of rust that's forming on the surface, but that's easy enough to clean up with some metal polish. The tip on this has a little bit of a blemish. I don't know if it got dropped. I'm gonna write down a little bit of information about these spears. What I wanna know is what is the diameter of the outside of this material, then the inside diameter, and the depth, because that's the information I need to know to get the haft length. So the next thing I want to take a look at is about how tall this spear is going to be when it rests on the ground. About 18 inches or 1.5 feet above what the haft length is. So if we put like a 6.5 foot haft on this and then another 1.5 feet, we've got about an 8-foot weapon. I'm going to take these to the hardware store and see if we can get a haft that matches just exactly for this. Let's go. Now, I'm pretty lucky because I'm Canadian, so I'm legally allowed to walk around with giant blades as long as I have a reasonable purpose to do so. I have wrapped them up in a towel. I'm gonna leave the end accessible so I don't have to pull them out in the store. I'm just gonna be a little bit aware of my surroundings when I take these things to the hardware store to actually buy the wood. Here's a tip for you guys. Find the pro parking spots. There's a cross section, looks something like that. And we're gonna fill this void in here. I wanna show you this edge for a second because this is one of the things I don't really like when I see the socket like this. This edge is sharp. This creates a cutting edge into the weakest part of the wood. What we wanna do is we wanna change this cross section so that this is chamfered on the inside. That way what happens with our wood as it goes in, it will have a tinier jog, then it'll have like a 45 degree and then it'll go up, rather than a profile like this, which is creating an obvious weak spot. Here, we're gonna create two thinner spots and that's gonna fit the socket a lot better. So I'm gonna make a modification to the spearhead before I do anything. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a chamfer. The easiest thing for me to do is just get out my trusty power file, which you guys see me use all the time, and I'm just gonna run a chamfer in there by hand. Now we can see that that edge is now just rounded nicely and it's not going to be like slicing into the wood at that weak spot. And this is where I'm going to taper for this short spear, around 3.5 inches. Now I'm going to draw a template just so I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. This ruler is 3/4 inch wide. So if I put this up in here, so 1 5/8 inches up inside, that's where this ruler 3/4 inch wide bottoms out. I feel like there's a little tiny bit of a bulge. So I'm gonna leave it a little bit proud, but overall that's what I'm aiming for in order to get this socket to fit up there. Now I've seen some people make plasticine molds, they've shoved plasticine up inside. That's fine, if that's what you wanna do, go right ahead. But I have found great success mounting spears by just knowing approximately what the taper is, getting that piece of wood in there, and then just kind of turning it around, and we'll be able to see where the high spots are and where we have to take it off. going to mark it quickly with a felt so that I can see that I'm mostly centered. So that one's socketed on, ready to go, but it's a little bit wide. So I'm also going to tape it back here, just on the belt sander. So now that I have these halves completed, there's a couple of things I want to do. Obviously, I'm going to sand them, because when you buy them from the hardware store, they're not very nice to touch. And I'm going to remove the stickers because that's kind of ugly. You can see there's quite a difference between the interiors of these two spearheads. So this spearhead definitely does not fit on one haft, and it fits perfectly on the other. And there's the other one socketed on. Now the other thing about these is that one of these has a hole right through on both sides, and it's mostly lined up. You know, whoever did this didn't take a lot of care in getting it in exactly the right place. But this one's undrilled completely. So I'm going to have to drill some holes in here, and then we're going to pin it through. Because if I'm using these spears, or if somebody's using these spears for testing, or for throwing at things, or spearing, or fighting, or whatever they want to do with them, you know, I personally don't think it's very safe to have a spearhead that's not mounted with a mechanical fastener of some sort. I don't want to rely on just some sort of adhesive to hold this on. There is only one drill bit that I will use on a spearhead, and that is a cobalt drill bit. Now they are specifically designed to drill through hardened steel. Now because I don't really know whether or not the blade on this is hardened or the socket, maybe all of it, maybe not at all. I don't really know the metal content of this particular spearhead, so I just default to using a cobalt drill bit. Now you can tell it's cobalt by looking at the writing on it. HSSCO. And the other thing we should talk about is nails. Now either of these are long enough. So this has got a flat head. It's a 2-inch, just common framing nail, and it's labeled as a 6D. And this one is an 8D. So it's a longer length, but they still have a similar diameter. So the hole that I'm going to drill for both is around 1/8 of an inch. And I could use either one of these. If I countersink the hole on one side, then I can put this head in there and then peen over the other side. I could do this with a regular hand drill if I wanted, or I can use the drill press. I do like to use a little bit of cutting fluid. This particular one is for stainless, but you can just use rapid tap if you want. There's many different cutting fluids out there. You just want some sort of lubricant. So we're going to put a little bit on there, and we're going to turn it on. Now this is a pretty small hole, so I'm not worried about the RPM at all. Now the second I touch this, I'm pretty certain that this is not a hardened socket. Like that drill bit is just ripping through this. So I'm going to use the same nail for both of these, and there's enough material there for that to be peened down and kind of fill that hole, but I'm going to leave it flush when it's all said and done. I'm going to use some 150 grit sandpaper. Socket it on without hitting my lights up above. Just give this a couple good taps, and you will find that will seat this spearhead so that I can actually pull it off. Yeah, there is, it is on there. So that's all you need to do to get it on. And now I'm ready to drill this hole. I'm using a pretty tiny little drill bit, 5/64, and I am not going to drill all the way through. I'm going to drill about halfway, and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to drill the other way. Now, if you've done this a few times, it's pretty easy to hit that hole and get those to line up just perfectly. And you can see that just goes right through. Now that those are both nailed on, I'm just going to clip them off. I'll leave a link in the description below for these little cutters because they are fantastic. I'm going to start to peen this in here. All right, there you have it. 2 spearheads mounted, ready to go over to Blood and Iron. If you're not familiar with their YouTube channel, you should check it out. I'll put a link up above. You can click on that. Remember to hit the like button down below on my video because that helps the channel a ton. Subscribe if you don't already. And we'll see you in a couple weeks when I get these spears back and I get to age up the handles and age the heads and make them look like a proper movie prop. Can't wait to see you soon.